Good morning people, welcome back to the channel again. A quick video on how I'm fixing my Philips Sonicare toothbrush. This is the HX9351 or 9350. It is a couple of years old, but it's still working fine apart from this bit here. Okay, so what's happened is this is the old unit. As you can see, that's all dirty. The seals have broken. Water hasn't come through, luckily. And the symptom of the unit was that when you put in the attachment on the brush itself, when you wiggle this bit, it sits in one position rather than coming back into neutral, sort of like a neutral position in the center. There's not any force feedback basically on this. So just pretend like you're wiggling around in a car with the gearbox and the clutch is down, and you're wiggling it, you're putting it in a position. It'll sit in that position. That's exactly what it's doing. If you push it left, it'll sit in the left. If you push it right, it pushes. But actually, the behavior of this tip is basically to centralize. Okay, and that's not what was happening. So what I've done is I've bought one off eBay for $9.99. This is the actual old unit. I've already put the unit back on. First thing first is, how did I take this out? Okay, it's pretty simple and straightforward. I've seen people pressing with clamps and all this and that. You don't necessarily need to do that. Okay, so the position, this is because there's two clips here. I'll show you if you can. Get white background and you can just about see here. Okay, see those studs? One there and one there. Okay, that is actually sort of clipped into the housing. Okay, so all you got to do is just, as long as you can pray those clips in, and by putting a little bit of a force down like this, so pretend like this is all in there, okay, like that, and then just poke those clips inwards as you're pressing down on this, not with immense amount of pressure, just slightly, and then the whole thing will just release out like that basically. Once that's done, just unscrew this screw. Just remember the orientation of the clips and everything. Unscrew it, take it out. What you will have then is this. This will come out. That's the internal part. Okay, this will come out. Okay, this little clip, I hope you can see this. Okay, the screw will come out. The screw is more non-magnetic, just remember that. Okay, so you will have to sort of use your hand or your plier to pinch him out if it doesn't come out all by itself. And just when you replace the part, just put a bit of red Loctite, sling it back in again, attach the the orientation. Just remember the orientation, you can't go right. Attach this, and then put the screw back in through that way. But the orientation, again, the orientation should be as here. Okay, so hope you can get this. There's not enough light. Let me sort of see if I can zoom in, and yeah, that's better. So that's the orientation of the screw, and the little brackets here basically there, that one. Okay, so it's as easy fix as that. Just give it a firm tight with a bit of red Loctite, as I said. Inspect for any corrosion or any water. If it is, remove it. A lot of the time, the common problem is that there's no gap in between this this and the magnet there basically, but with mine there's plenty of space. I would say roughly about 1 millimeter. And yeah, all seems to be working fine. So for that reason, I'm not going to sort of mess around with dismantling or to try and create the space. There we go. It's working for me, you know. And when you're pressing on this, oh, so I'm quite happy with that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse the process. And just clip it back in. Done. It's just press it back in, you know, and your happy days. And those little clips have gone back in its place. I don't know if you can see it, but I wish I could show you with a bit more light, which I don't have of torchlight. I don't know what's happened with the torchlight. Let me see if I've got a torchlight somewhere. I should have a decent torchlight, but anyway, man, you go. Okay, so hopefully you can see that those clips have gone back in its place basically in the housing as I've nice and gently pressed on it, and there we go. You can use a little like a tool like this, something like that. I've used a flat tip screwdriver, a thin flat screwdriver, and parade one end out nice and gently, don't break it, and then the other end while I'm pressing a bit of pressure, applying a bit of pressure on the tip so it pops out a little bit, and that's as easy as that basically. This unit was about £230 when I bought it brand new, so I'm not going and buying another one basically. The other thing is that Philips Sonicare don't do this series anymore. As always, they've discontinued that. The one other thing that I didn't discuss is how to take this cap off. Okay, cap has a bit of a washer. Okay, a rubber seal, I should say. Okay, all you do is just, yes, that's when you need to press with a bit of grip. So apply a bit of cloth around so you're not scuffing the housing. Okay, get yourself a little grip and apply a bit of pressure like that. Okay, and then the housing will open up in one end, and just grab yourself a nice flat screwdriver, a thin one, not too thin but fairly thin, something like that, and just gently pray out the lift up the casing around the edges. So start from like this, and go around and try and minimize the risk of damaging the rubber seal here, because otherwise the unit will not be fully water resistant basically. So that's something that you do need to sort of bear in mind. Let me just check. I'm just going to check everything else. I'm going to apply a bit of silicone spray on this, and then put this back together just so that the unit is sealed the rubber seal acts properly. So we go. I'm going to apply a bit of this silicone spray, WD-40 silicone spray, and hope for the best. Sorry, I've got a broken voice. Just make sure that the surface is clean, everything's clean. You will get a bit of a like clipping and chipping on the edges. I wouldn't worry too much about it. As long as you don't damage this seal, you should be absolutely fine. So that's what I've done. I'm going to apply it. Just make sure that it is gone around the seal. Don't apply Vaseline. You can apply Vaseline, it's no big deal, but I tend not to sort of apply Vaseline. And once you're quite comfortable that the area of the thingy has been lubricated, just put it back in its orientation. Now the little dot here, I put a little marker there on the back end of the unit itself, as you can see here. So a little dot there and a little marker there, so I don't forget the orientation, and all you got to do is just press it back in again and done. There we go. It's something as simple as that. I'm going to leave a positive feedback for the seller. Absolutely amazing. And look, it's less noisy. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the Loctite cure for about however long that it takes. Probably about, next time I'm going to brush is in the evening. So that's going to be a good, what we're looking at now, good 10 hours or so, and by then hopefully the Loctite would be cool. The reason for applying the Loctite is that because this top end creates a lot of vibration, the chances of that screw, that little screw what I've shown you before, which is here, will sort of come loose. So to minimize this one here, okay, that screw will become loose. So to minimize that becoming loose, the idea is to put some red Loctite basically. Red Loctite is permanent. If you don't have it, then apply blue, but ideally red Loctite would be something that I would recommend because of the amount of vibration that this tip will be going through over the course of the use basically. So but it's down to your discretion, you know, whatever is available basically. So I think that's it really. I'm very pleased with the outcome, and I'm just going to sort of keep these as a spares in case I need anything out of it. I could not sort of understand fully as to what the root cause of the actual failure on this tip was. Maybe the seal is broken, maybe there is something else that's broken. I'm just wiggling this just to see what the yeah, something's gone wrong with this basically. But if I show you something very quickly, sorry, see when I'm pressing, it's coming back in its position. See, so watch, it comes back in its position. Look, see, but it wasn't doing that before, and certainly the screw wasn't loose. It wasn't the screw that was loose. It did have some sort of a problem on the tip. So anyway, that's that. I've saved myself at least a couple of £100 here. Thank you very much for the eBay seller. I appreciate you sort of listing these sort of parts. Much appreciate it. Thanks guys. And yeah, that's all really. So here we are. We've saved a several £100 brush that's was going to get thrown away. So that's all really. Hope you enjoyed the video, and that's how you fix the brush. Magic. Alright, take care guys, bye for now.